Well, let's now bring in filmmaker Ami Horowitz to talk all things campus protest. Welcome back to the program. I got to ask you about these anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, and frankly, seemingly pro-Hamas campus protests that just don't seem to want to quit. Ami, are you surprised that they're going on so long?
No, I'm not, because, look, you have an administration that has essentially given them oxygen by throwing Israel under the bus, right? It took them a long time to condemn these protests. And then when you ask the protesters, why are you there? They say, well, even the administration is saying that Israel is targeting civilians. The administration plays around with the blame of Israel, saying we're going to embargo you with weapons because we feel you were involved in war crimes. When the administration is saying that, that gives oxygen, that gives these people the allowance to do what they're doing. So I'm not surprised. They are hardcore, and this has been set up for a very long time. They're here for a while.
Yeah, and Ami, tell me, though, about this, because it seems like the White House has now created this situation where they've got a huge problem if they go too hard or don't go hard enough on Israel with voters in places like Michigan, but they've got a huge problem with these campus protests if they go hard on Israel, don't go hard enough on Israel. It seems like they've created this huge dilemma for themselves now, and it's entirely muddled. And as long as these protests keep going on, I would think that ordinary Americans are thinking, geez, I don't want to be anything involved with these people.
Yeah, never mind the moral issue involved with not taking a stand to stand with Israel. Just from a political perspective, it was a massive, massive mistake and miscalculation, right? So initially he said, okay, I'm going to stand with Israel because, frankly, I do believe that's where the president's heart is. But when he came to realize that, oh, God, the margin of error is so small when it comes to Michigan and Georgia and Minnesota, I better flip on my morals for political expediency. But guess what? It was a massive mistake politically because these people are already aligned against Biden. None of these people, no matter how hard you go against Israel, and he has gone against Israel hard to the hoop, are going to come back to the party. I recently did a video where I haven't released yet. And I asked these protesters, who are you going to vote for? Every single one of them said they will not vote for Biden. In fact, they said they've lost, the Democratic Party has lost them forever. And if I went further, and they were comparing, and this is not a joke, they were comparing Joe Biden to Hitler. He is so far gone from getting these people to vote, yet he's still kowtows toward them. He's still trying to get cravenly trying to get their votes, even though they won't vote for him. And in the process, he's throwing Israel under the bus.
And in the process, too, I would imagine that he's also probably throwing under the bus or tossing away an awful lot of moderate voters who might be swinging voters one way or the other, but look at these protests and say, well, this side is completely, nuts, and they're supporting Hamas, and they're anti-Israel, and they're anti-Semitic, and Joe Biden seems to be pandering to them. So it would seem to be he's losing not, one set of voters, but potentially two.
Yeah, no, this is not good. This is not a good look for Joe Biden, the Democratic Party, and for the left in general. No, and I think this is going to cost him in the polls significantly. Absolutely, no question about it.